Hello guys, Ollelito back here with a brand new Tuesday tutorial on the channel. In today's video, as you've seen by the title and the thumbnail, I will be teaching you guys how you use left stick dribbling, but also R1 dribbling in EFC 25. We will go through different patterns and where you should use the left stick dribbling and R1 dribbling to the maximum advantage. So for now, grab the popcorn and let's just jump into another Tutorial Tuesday on the channel. Okay, so in the background, we're going to start with how you basically use the left stick dribbling, holding up the play with your team. So we start off here. We play a guy in a tournament here. He didn't have competitive mode, so that's why it says classic match at the top left. The thing that will happen here though is that we will get the ball with R9, and look how I'm trying to basically gain space forward, but at the same time being pretty secure with the ball and not losing it with him. So we get the ball with, I believe, Douglas Luiz here. And Douglas Luiz has the R1 pass. That's why he's able to actually play this pass into R9's feet. And with R9 here, you need to look at the minimap down below here and see that R9 doesn't really have a lot of space. I also see that he already switched to center backs, which probably means that he will be aggressive towards my R9. I realized that he is not really that quick on me. So the thing I'm trying to do here is to just walk forward and see what's opening up for me. If he's not going on me, then I can perform a speed boost in between his center backs, and then I'll probably be one-on-one with the keeper. But here I don't really trust R9's speed boost. So as you see, I'm just taking space forward until he gets closer. That's when I'm turning back, because that means, okay, I can't really go anymore. He will tackle me. He will get the ball. That's when I protect the ball with actually turning R9's back in towards Saliba. So he is basically covering the ball, which means that I'm holding up the play, using a bit of left stick dribbling here, and then just trying to play from here. It's all about taking space going forward. So if we look at this once again, of course I lose the ball there, but if we look at this again, okay, I can't really do anything anymore, and this is just left stick, nothing else. Just use your left stick on your controller and try to just move into space and then be basically reactive with it, because you need to be quick in terms of performing it, but also noticing what kind of space you have on the pitch. So another type of dribbling in build-up will just basically be not sprinting, holding in R2. And obviously, this dribbling will help if your player manages to have the R1 dribbling in the playstyle. And what playstyle am I talking about? I'm talking about the technical one. So if your player has technical in white, means that the R1 dribbling, if you're holding R1 and then just moving the left stick on your controller, that the dribbling will be better. And if they manage to have gold in technical, the dribbling with R1 will be amazing. So if we start off from this clip, I have R9 here, and this R9, as you see at the bottom left, he manages to have technical in gold. And when I'm doing technical here, it's basically just taking space. And here I have the man advantage, because I can play either Figo or Leao here. And as you see here, I'm just taking space. He just backs off, which means that I need to take space forward. And here I'm just doing left stick forward. I'm not sprinting. I'm not doing anything. I'm just moving forward with R9 until he decides what I can do, because he needs to make the first step. Then I can adjust after that. So when I have the ball here with R9, I try to take space. And here again, I realize, okay, he's not really choosing anything. As you see at the top of your screen, I sent Leao because he's pointing his own forward, and I maybe could have found this pass. I think it's a bit ambitious because R9's passing, I believe, is around 73 on this card, and he doesn't really have any passing playstyles either, so I didn't really trust him in that kind of part of the pitch to make that pass to Leao. But from here then, we find Zico, and I also realized Zico also manages to have the R1 dribbling in gold. And from these kind of angles, as you've seen by my streams, if you're not watching the streams, go into Twitch and follow me, Ollelito_ there, because you will see loads of these goals going in. Here I perform in the R1 dribbling a bit, and then Zico, green time Trivela into the far post scores to make it 1-0 in this game. But if we look at closer to this, it's a bit of dribbling here. And when I do this ball roll inside with Zico, I want to do the R1 dribbling, because that actually speeds up the dribbling and it's harder for the opponent to react. But also, the R1 dribbling into a Trivela is, in my opinion, probably the best Trivela to perform in this year's game, because the R1 dribbling, I don't know why, just makes the Trivela better. So if we look at this once again, ball roll, R1 dribbling into a green time Trivela, 3 bars, outside of the foot shot, and we score to make it 1-0. And that's also because we did some great dribbling there with R9, just holding and trying to make the team push up, and then also using the R1 dribbling to our advantage to perform a Trivela that flies into the back of the net. Here we'll have a great sequence where I'm using the R1 dribbling to my advantage to get out of the basically very, very tight spaces, because a lot of times on the wings, you tend to get stuck when you play the likes of Theo Hernandez and stuff, because you don't really want to get into duels with Theo Hernandez, because Theo Hernandez managed to have the bruiser in, I believe, either gold or silver, and he will a lot of times win the ball off you. So for example, here in the background, you see Figo is getting pretty close here to Theo Hernandez. And as you see at the bottom right, Theo manages to have bruiser in gold, which means that he is bullying a lot of attackers in general and getting the ball. So I'm going to do a ball roll away from the space, but also noticing that if he managed to go on me here, the only sequence that I can basically perform here to play myself out of this small pressure from Douglas Luiz and Theo Hernandez is to go backwards. And I do this by seeing, okay, is he covering back or is he covering me going forward, and he covers not really any of it. So I could have done either here, but as you see here with Figo, you will see that this dribbling that I perform right now is R1 dribbling, just away from the space, then I try to play the ball again. In my build-up, I in general use a lot of pauses, so I don't really do these kind of dribbles a lot. But one thing that I perform a lot is basically this kind of dribbling when I want to get out of the tight spaces and basically try to start over my build-up again, especially being on his half of the pitch, because it's different being on my parts of the pitch and then getting into his own half. That's different kind of build-up. So I want to get out of this space here because I don't really have anyone to pass to. I can't really turn inside here and pass R9 because then he will be quick enough and cover that with Theo Hernandez. So as the thing I do, I just take some space with left stick, then with R1 dribbling, and then I try to play a bit from here. I play locking behind, could have worked, but unfortunately didn't. But that's some great R1 dribbling there, trying to get out of the spaces using the kind of R1 dribbling away from the space and then try to set up the play once again. And you may ask yourself, yes, Olle, there is one more dribbling technique that you haven't really showed us in this video. And yes, guys, I'm not going to hide anything from you. This is going to be the L1 dribbling technique, which a lot of pros are performing when they try to set up a speed boost. So in the background, we have the ball with Liao. We had a good through ball from R9, getting into this kind of sequence of the play. And as you see here, I can drop this R9, which I will here later on with Liao. I do basically the flick, I call it, where you hold in L1, R1, and then flick your right stick in a 90-degree angle. Liao will perform this skill move into a pass. And from here, you see, you can't really see on the screen because I'm hiding the controller, because I think it's greater to be at the top right than being at the bottom right. I'm performing the L1 dribbling, and you just hold your left stick, not left stick, basically L1 on your controller, and then using the left stick to move. And you will see that R9 is doing this kind of crab walk when actually having the ball as well. And then later on, he performs a speed boost because I'm trying to set up the speed boost. And this dribbling is pretty good when you want to try set up the speed boost. I wouldn't really use it in build-up or in any other parts of the pitch. I just want you guys to use it when you want to perform the speed boost and when you see that there is spaces in between the opponent's defensive lines. So, as you see here in the background, if we revert it once again, you see I'm using the L1 dribbling, which means that R9 is moving from left to right a bit quicker. And then when I see that there is space in between stones and below here, then I want to be aggressive into that space. And when I get into this space, he misses the tackle. He moves the keeper to far post because I had a pretty open pass to the far post. I should have just shot this first post. It's very, very hard to react though, because obviously it's way easier looking back at this after. I managed to find this pass to Zico, and then from here, obviously a good block. But that's the L1 dribbling for you guys. So use L1 dribbling when you try to set up a speed boost. You perform a speed boost by doing a bit of L1 dribbling. Then when you want to basically accelerate the play, you let go of the left stick and just press R2. And if the player manages to have, I believe it is quick step, they will perform that kind of speed boost quicker because of that playstyle. So before we end the video, guys, the little secret tip that no pro has told you before is basically, why do I play this kind of attack? Yes, I practice with this team before the E-Serie A, but look at my attack. If we look at the playstyle, first of all, as I mentioned at the start of the video, gold in technical, perfect with Zico. Performs the dribbling, the R1 dribbling in a way quicker success rate than any other players if they don't have this in gold or silver. My striker, also R9, manages to have technical in gold. Why? Because the dribbling is so much better. Figo manages to have the technical plus in gold as well, which also means that his R1 dribbling is amazing. And then if we look at lastly at Rafael Leao, no, he doesn't manage to have the R1 dribbling. That means that I might need to do a bit more left stick with him, because the R1 dribbling with him won't be as quick as it is with Zico, R9 and Luis Figo. Guys, thank you so much for watching the tutorial today. I really appreciate it. Leave a like if you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you're not missing the next one. And I'll see you guys in the next tutorial. Also, before we end, let me know down in the comments whatever tutorial you guys want to see next on the channel, and I might do it just for you. See you guys soon. Stay safe, boys. Take care, and bye-bye.